With Spider-Man No Way Home being the big talk of the town in regards to everything Spider-Man and Morbius up next, it's pretty easy to forget that Kraven the Hunter is getting a standalone film early next year. Now let's talk about some of the rumors, the mumbling on the internet, and probably the god-honest truth to what is actually happening. That's that Sony is going to use the Marvel Studios pitch for Spider-Man 3 and make it their own film. So recently, Tom Holland, Spider-Man himself, revealed that there was plans, and they were, looking into it pretty deeply, considering the third film originally set up Kraven the Hunter. But that was ultimately scrapped in favor of this giant multiverse film and everything that we get with Spider-Man No Way Home. So Tom Holland also revealed, and there's been other interviews kind of talking about the previous versions and everything, that originally Kraven the Hunter was something that they were looking at possibly using down the road as well, or somewhere else. And then ultimately, after that was all shelved, Sony would proceed to announce their Kraven the Hunter movie. Now there's some reports out there, and I've talked to somebody that said this is kind of what happened. And that's that the pitch that was made, the original ideas and kind of concepts that were meant for Spider-Man 3 have been retooled for the Kraven film. Now, again, how this works, I have no idea, because that's a lot to take in, because does that mean Kraven is actually going to use elements of what Spider-Man 3 would have been? Are they going to have a substitute for Spider-Man? Is it maybe like Eddie Brock or something? Is it another symbiote or another villain? Is it going to be somebody that we haven't seen yet that's maybe in Morbius? Like, how are they going to do that? Unless it's what Tom Holland recently said, where he was very much adamant that they could revisit Spider-Man vs. Kraven down the road, and that's what they're trying to figure out. Where maybe the majority of the film is from Kraven's point of view, as he hunts for the best prey, and then the third act you could have him hunting Spider-Man, which I think would be really interesting, and that could work. But again, it's just interesting to see how these two studios, who are friends to the public eye, are squabbling and fighting and trying to steal from one another in a very public yet, we're not trying to type of scenario and spotlight, right? I think it's kind of interesting and funny, but again, this is the business, right? And Sony, I would not be surprised if they took ideas that were pitched for Spider-Man 3 and just said, well, those are ours because he's ours. So we're just going to make this film by ourselves. And we don't have Spider-Man? Well, we do. We could just make it a multiverse Spider-Man. It's smart. Sony's figuring things out. Maybe they're not the smartest anything in the bunch, but hey, they're trying to figure it out, right?